Howdy everyone. Let me show you the stack up on this comm antenna, starting with the antenna itself. And this was vaguely put together from the diagram that I had showed you earlier on the laptop. So of course you've got the antenna itself, you've got a nut, a steel washer, and then the insulated washer, a small one. You have the insulator itself. Then you have a large insulated washer, and then you would have the skin of the airplane, and then directly on the skin of the airplane is your solder lug here. This is the ground from your cable. Another insulated washer, large, and then the ceramic insulator. Then you have a small insulated washer. Mine are all blue in this case. Flat washer, lock washer, and then a nut. And this nut holds this whole assembly together. It pinches this assembly onto your fuselage skin. Then you have another small flat washer, your small solder lug for your positive cable, flat washer, and then I'm using a lock nut. So that's it basically. Once this is installed on the airplane, then I can go ahead, well, that's not true. Before I install this on the airplane, obviously I'll have my wires soldered onto these terminal ends. And then I can install this basically how you see it here onto the airplane, and then start routing my cable. So let me move on to that, and I'll talk to you guys here in a minute. Howdy everyone. Well, there's not a whole lot to talk about going forward with this comm antenna because, for one, the airplane is still too low to the ground. I can't get the antenna up in there. So all I did was I ran the antenna coax cable. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it starts in between these spar bulkheads. It goes through the spar, the forward spar. It runs along the front edge, kind of where the fuel lines run, and then it follows that wire bundle here. It goes up this vertical, comes up the vertical piece, runs across underneath the glove box, and then it comes around and connects where I said it was going to connect. So that's it. That's all the excitement that I've done so far. Just a note, here is the glove box. Like I said, it's got the wires for the LED light. I have another one of those quick disconnects, if you will, wire bundle holder deals that I've been using. This will support this assembly here in the middle when it's installed. So that's that for the comm antenna. Next up, I believe I'm going to start running the wires for the fuel tank floats. So for each side, for each wing, I've got a wire bundle that hangs out of the fuselage. This is the left side bundle. And what I don't have are the wires for the fuel tank floats. So the engine information system unit is this guy here. It has wires already pre-wired to the connector. Two of these wires, actually I think there are 6 total. They're analog, I believe. Are they? No. They're called accessory wires, I believe. Anyway, they're basically extra wires that you can use for whatever you think you might want the engine information system to display on the EFIS. So I'm going to use 2 of these. Since they're already wired in, I'm going to take 2 of those and I'll run one, however, out for each wing. And those are going to be the wires I use for my fuel tank float switch sending unit deal. So I'm going to work on that next. I believe I have everything for it. I was asking questions about the wiring because this is a generic write-up that came with the engine information system little box. Earlier in the written instructions, they say to use whatever instructions came with the float itself, which I don't have. All I have is this. And I was curious if the instructions for the fuel float were any different than these, and apparently it's not. So I was told by multiple people that this is safe to use, so this is the way I'm going to do it. And I have my resistors, this resistor here, I have those. And like I said, the wire is already part of the engine information system box connector. So I'm just going to use that. So this is what I'm going to start working on next. The antenna is going to wait. This won't be installed probably till after the plane is painted. But we'll see. For now, this is just going to be put on the shelf. And I'm going to get to work on this. So that's that. Again, nothing too awful exciting, but getting it done. Talk to you later. Howdy, everyone. Well, obviously, I've got my panel removed, so that means I am pretty much finished with the Avionics installation, at least as far as I can go at this point, and far enough that I'm comfortable removing the panel and getting it ready for paint and for labels. So, like I talked about in my last video, I think the last thing that I did, I had talked about running the coax cable, the antenna cable for the comm antenna that I put down in here. I did that, I finished that up. The other thing that I needed to do was run wire for my fuel floats, my fuel level floats. These wires come from this box here, which is the engine information system, the EIS. It comes with this pre-wired harness. So I use those wires, and I've got them routed so far just out to the ends of the fuselage. Now I got to run them down and out with the rest of the wire bundles on each side. So I have to do that, and then I obviously have to bundle them all into place. And like I had said, the instrument panel is now out. This is going to get stripped, and then I'm going to get it ready and painted and get the labels put on it. That's going to be the next bigger thing that I'm going to work on. And then after that, I'm not really sure. So for now, I'm going to say that the avionics are done. I'm sending my EFIS back to GRT. I've got some issues. I got a couple of buttons that are not working and a couple of other minor issues, but it's under warranty, so they'll take care of that. I did notice that there is a service bulletin for GRT, the 10.1 Horizon EFIS, which is what I have. It's a field mod that you can do yourself. There are instructions on the website. You have to send them a notice and they'll give you parts. It's a very simple fix, but since I'm sending my unit to them anyway, I'm just going to have them do it. But notify them, they'll give you the parts and you can do the fix. It's super simple. And I think that's about it. So my mind is racing right now because I'm still trying to figure out if I'm forgetting something on the avionics. So I'm going to stop yapping, and I'll talk to you guys later.